Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Now guys, let's take a look at the Bitcoin in the third video today. Situation here is becoming more interesting compared to what we have talked about previously, just because of the price behavior in recent few sessions. So just to remind you what actually we have discussed here previously, we talked on the completion of the intraday AB equals CD pattern, and in fact that gives us the guardrails triple to sell. And normally when you expect the downward continuation, forming of the guardrails triple to sell put the foundation, the background for starting downward action. So, or better to say, not the starting but the continuation of the bearish trend. But here we have a bit different story. So take a look. Once ABCD pattern has been completed on the intraday charts, we have flat action. So market has formed a bearish grabber, but market can't get started downward leg. So it just stands flat. And that starts to generate kind of the bullish dynamic pressure price of action, because take a look, the trend stands bearish by the MACD, market has formed the grabber, market has formed and completed on intraday charts ABCD retracement, so everything already has been done for establishing bearish action, but bearish action can't get started again. And that could be the indicator of some hidden power that exists in the market right now. Market either waiting for something or it just is not ready yet for coming lower to dropping. And it means that from the technical point of view, that opened the road, open way for greater bearish pattern for a deeper retracement. And here, as you can see, I put on the chart the possible pattern that could be formed. This is a kind of the greater AB equals CD retracement somewhere to the 4085 area. So that will not break the overall bearish tendency. This will not break the shape of the existing pattern, but it will just postpone the possible downward action. So market could get greater guardrails triple to sell on the daily chart. That's what one of the alternative scenarios that we could get. But in the current market, I would clarify that this is not fact that this definitely will happen. It's not the fact yet, because market still could drop right from here. And we need to keep an eye on some special moments that we will discuss later in this video that could let us to get the early sign that this will happen, or early sign that market starts dropping, will start dropping again. On the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, here the new setup that we could get. So just recall you, this is our initial ABCD pattern. That's the first point where we have called you for taking the short position, because market has completed the OP, CD leg was relatively flat, here was some even early attempt to drop, starting dropping, so that was good point for taking the short position, and indeed market has started dropping here. But since then, overall price action doesn't look like really thrusting action, nothing of that sort. This is already gradual. Here's market has stopped action, turns to flat, and stands right now in the flat action. So indeed, market could reestablish downward action. Drop here shows acceleration, but still, the slowdown of the downward action could also be indicator of the possible another leg up. And that what is I actually draw here with this blue line AB equals CD pattern that still could be completed. It's also interesting observation, guys, to take a look that the AB equals CD target of the larger pattern coincides with the 1618 XOP extended objective point with our initial ABCD pattern. So the two targets coincide with the same point. That's really very interesting. Another moment here, guys, and take a look that will be actually the upper border of this channel this market is forming here. So in that leads us to conclusion that hitting of the 1485, the chances for that are not zero. So that's really could happen. And final, now we're coming to most interesting thing. And the moment that could help us to understand whether this action happened or not is a high wave that has been formed here recently. Many traders undervalue the importance of the high wave patterns because they bring no direction, and that makes traders think that it's useless pattern. So why we need it? Because it shows no direction. It's not as useful as an engulfing pattern or morning star, evening star, or something like that, sort of directional patterns. But high wave pattern brings very important feature. It indicates indecision, and the top and the bottom of the high wave plays extremely important role, because as soon as market breaks the border of the high wave, so for example if it moves above the top or drops below the bottom, that becomes the indicator of the direction. Because once market turns to indecision, when it comes out of the indecision, it means that market decides something, and this indicates the decision. And here we should keep an eye on this pattern. So once market will climb above the top of the high wave, that could tell us that maybe we're coming to the 40.85. Conversely, drop below the lows, below the 38 even, will tell us that market starts dropping, and we should be ready for downward continuation on the daily, at least to A, B, C, top, D pattern. At least. But maybe this will be our action to our butterfly target. On the hourly chart, guys, we're turning back to discussion of our hand shoulders that we have talked about previously. And we said that that's the point where you could take the short position, 39 even. So this is approximately, as you can see, we marked multiple times these tops. And we said this is left shoulder, that's mostly the point where we could get the decision. But this is simultaneously the top of the high wave. And high wave perfectly coincides with the conclusions that we could make from the hand shoulders pattern. So once market return back up and drop the top of the right arm, this will mean that hand shoulders could fail, and that automatically suggests the first downward upward continuation. Once market will follow down back to the neckline and drop below the high wave's lows, it will coincide with the breakout of the neckline and will tell us that hand shoulder starts to work, and it means that we will not get any A, B, C, D patterns. So what the practical conclusion that we could make? If you would like to take the long position, wait the failure of the hand shoulders on the hourly chart and rally above the top of the high wave. That will be at least some background for a possible taking of the long position, and that increased chance of the possible action to the 40.85. Once you would like to take the short position, work with our hand shoulders. So if you have missed taking the short position here, where we talked about it recently, wait for the breakout of the neckline and dropping below the lows of the high wave. That will provide you at least some insurance, some guarantee that maybe indeed downward action has started. So that's what we could do here on Bitcoin right now.